In this video, we are going to walk you through some data mining interview questions and answers. Before we start, please subscribe, like and share. In each question or section, we will give you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Feel free to comment below answers you have for those questions. Also, let us know video topics that you would like us to create. Make sure that you stay with us till the end of the video. Let's begin. Let's spare a few seconds to think about what kind of data mining interview questions you have in mind. Feel free to comment below your thoughts. Number 1. Can you name the data mining techniques? Which one is your preferred technique? There are 8 common data mining techniques. For example, we can use classification analysis to evaluate different categories of data, such as an email platform that uses computer algorithms to sort messages into an inbox versus a spam folder. In the retail industry, we might use association learning instead to research and predict purchasing patterns. When developing a fraud sensor network, we can apply the anomaly detection technique to find outlying data points. We can use cluster analysis to make customer profiles, as it allows us to research commonalities between datasets. We can use regression analysis to predict the value of a dependent value, which can help forecast sales. Prediction involves evaluating the relationship between dependent and independent variables like sales versus costs. The sequential patterns technique identifies similar data arrangements, which can help us study the purchasing habits of different demographics. Decision trees involve organizing information into a chart to determine the best answer for a complex question. I prefer using cluster analysis because it can help me evaluate large datasets quickly. I discovered this preference after increasing my efficiency during the holiday season at my previous job. Number 2. If we were to hire you for this position, how would you use data mining in marketing and sales? Your job description online stated that Global Consumer Enterprises is looking for a professional who helps analyze consumer data so the company can analyze its customers' transactional history. To accomplish this, I would use the prediction technique to forecast the future sales of the company during each season. I may also apply association rule learning to better understand a consumer's buying habits of certain products. For example, specific patterns can indicate whether a customer is more likely to buy more products before a busy season, or if they're afterward. They can also show which demographic may purchase more products during a certain time frame. Using these data mining techniques, I can help a marketing team create personalized emails or social media posts for customers. I can also help a sales team learn which customers may purchase certain items or respond favorably to specific selling techniques. Number 3. Are there any challenges you have encountered with data mining? During my first holiday season at my previous position at a retail company, I had to analyze the consumer data from last year to forecast the upcoming season. As a result, I dealt with a lot of noisy data from recent file transfers and software updates. The noisy data came in large quantities and it was rather overwhelming at first. I set myself behind schedule because I kept sifting through all the noisy data to ensure it was meaningless. I didn't want to overlook any useful data it may have obscured. To ensure I didn't miss my deadline, I asked my manager for some extra assistance and advice. They showed me a data mining method in our software program that allowed me to search for information based on certain criteria, like demographics or sales data. Afterward, I decided to use this method for all future sales predictions I had to complete during this position. This task is sometimes still challenging, but I'm improving in speed and accuracy each time I complete it. Number 4. What's your preferred method of clustering? When I was in college and learning about the clustering methods for the first time, I took a preference to the hierarchical, grid-based, and model-based techniques. If I had to choose a single preference, I would choose hierarchical because you can use both the agglomerative and divisive approaches to sort data effectively. What I like about these approaches is that I can work with data according to the needs of a project. For example, agglomerative clustering allows me to organize data clusters until it becomes a large group, which often helps me identify patterns in demographic data. The divisive approach allows me to separate a large data set into smaller groups, which often helps me perform a comprehensive data analysis and make important business decisions. Hierarchical clustering also allows me to better understand and analyze large quantities of data, which is why it's my favorite. Number 5. How can you use data mining to resolve challenges? There are several ways you can use data mining to resolve challenges for a company. In my previous position, I often processed the data in clusters to analyze large amounts of similar data faster during busier seasons. Using these techniques helped my team reduce expenses and increase revenue in our department, which allowed my supervisor more opportunities to make high-quality business decisions. Some other ways data mining can help solve challenges can include identifying unusual patterns within a set of data, conductive predictive analysis to make forecasts, and discovering hidden data patterns in the system. For example, in my last marketing position, the company's sales decreases after a recent email campaign ended. I used regression analysis and outlier detection to analyze this change and discovered our content only targeted 55% of our audience effectively instead of a projected 75%. I communicated this assessment to my supervisor and recommended that we conduct a more thorough analysis of customer data in the future. They agreed with my decision, and our next email campaign increased sales by 10%.